"70 years back, when British were about to leave our country, they could successfully wipe off our ancient educational system and replace it by the typical employee attitude education, because they wanted our Indian people to work as their clerks or as their officers. After we got independence, we made two education policies, one in 1968, the other in 1986. Since then, a lot has changed in education of India, and we know that. On the positive side, internet and technology has reached nook and corners of the country. Professional education has become common man's cup of tea, especially engineering. Our students are going across the world countries to pursue their higher studies from the topmost universities of the world. Most of our graduates are able to grab the employment opportunities from the Fortune 500 companies and are working across the world. And the number of educational institutions has increased leaps and bounds, and most of them are striving hard to give quality education to the students of India, which is all good. On the flip side, the sad side, we are still 25% short in our literacy rate to reach the world's best. More than 60% of our children joining first standard are unable to continue after the 8th standard. Huge dropouts. Employability of our courses is stuck in mere 42%. The entrenchment between the courses and the industry requirements is increasing day by day. I'll explain you a peculiar situation. 2 crore engineering graduates are there in the country, which obviously means that all the jobs in the country should be taken and many of our engineering graduates should remain unemployed. The second part of it is true. 80% of our engineering graduates are unemployed. But look at the first part. A survey says that by the beginning of 2020, there is a shortage of skilled professionals for 230,000 big data and artificial intelligence jobs. And there is an estimation that by the end of 2021, 7 lakh such jobs will lack skilled professionals. One side, 80% graduates unemployed. The other side, 7 lakh jobs unable to find the professionals. Means we are producing the graduates, but not producing the skilled professionals. What other evidence do our governments need to understand that our education system needs a huge reformation? As a teacher, as an academic administrator, as an educationist, I have always had a lot of agony about this. I have always had a lot of discontent of this fact. At last week, our cabinet has approved the new educational policy, which is aiming to bring a lot of reformations, trying to meet up the contemporary and future requirements of the world. Now, I was very curious. For 1 week, I went through every news article, every video, and every analyst's speech related to this new education policy. Still, a lot of questions remained for me. So I was not well satisfied. That's why I went to MHRD website and downloaded this 66-page new education policy 2020 and went through it in detail. when I was going through it, I was understanding at every page of it, every paragraph of it, that it needs to be campaigned. An awareness needs to be created what government is trying to promise for us, so that all of us will be ready to take the fruits, or will be ready to question if it is not implemented the way it has to be. Now, it is not so simple to just deal with it in few minutes to an hour. So that's why I have made a series of categorical videos, each of which talks about a specific corner of this new education policy 2020. Hi, I'm Kiran Sidde, and this is. I wish to start this video series with the foundational education part of National Education Policy 2020. However, let me first elaborate the basic principles on which this policy is laid. The first vision of NEP 2020 is providing inclusive and equitable education and giving an option for lifelong learning. By saying inclusive and equitable education, the government aims at strengthening the education in socially and economically backward areas of Indian society. That's obvious, that is needed. And then by lifelong learning opportunities, the policy means that by providing multiple entry and exit options, let us give a chance for people to study at any stage of their life, so that they will not be devoid of chances to progress in life. The other vision of this policy is India must have an education system that is second to none by 2040. Now, it is very natural for the pessimist in us to raise up and say, what we could not do in 70 years, how could we achieve in next 20 years? Don't jump into any conclusions. Let us understand the policy in detail. Then we have one video which deals with whether this is a mere wish list or is it a practical vision. Okay. Then it is based on three principles. The first principle aims at not only ensuring young children read as well as write and become literate in its sense, but also they should become strong at mathematics. That is what they mean by literacy and numeracy at foundational stages. Then they want to make every child highly intellectual. And then our children, after passing out of the institutions, should be able to socially mingle and move, and should be ethically and morally strong individuals, and they should have a very strong mental balance. They should be emotionally, their intelligent quotient IQ as well as emotional quotient EQ, both should be equally strong. This is the most important aspect of this policy. The existing curricular structure of 10 plus 2 is broken into a new curricular structure of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. 5 years of foundational education, 3 years, that is grade 3rd to grade 5th of preparatory education, grade 6th to 8th of middle education, and grade 9th to 12th of secondary education. Now, one of my cousins commented, what new am I seeing in this structure? Every parent is joining their children into nursery by an age of 2.5 years only. So I'm feeling this is merely broken and rearranged structure, nothing new in this. Please don't jump into conclusions again so quickly if you also have such a similar thinking. There is more to it to understand. So let's start with the ECCE, Early Childhood Care and Education. I feel this policy has focused its maximum on this aspect, that is, strengthening of early childhood education. You can notice, according to ECCE, they have converted the existing tenure of right to education from 6 to 14 years into from 3 to 18 years, which is good and long enough. Now, both public and private sector education will have very good positive repercussions of this change. However, I must admit that public sector, there will be more inclination towards public sector in its positive repercussions. Let me focus on the public sector first, then I'll come back to private sector. To establish the point, not to brag about myself, let me take a small experience from my own life. 3 years back, in 2017, we started Samhita Educational and Social Welfare Trust with the intention of giving our bit to the society in the form of supporting education in rural and backward areas. When we sat together to decide which should be our first initiation with the limited self-funding budget that we have, we were pretty clear that most of the cognitive development in children happens before 6 years, and because there is not proper guidance in the early education, children of those rural and backward areas are unable to do their best during the higher classes. So we have decided to do something in Anganwadi Kendras. There was a primary school in a slum area where we were funding for teachers for past 7 years, and there was an Anganwadi Kendra attached to it. When we gave the proposal, headmaster gave us the permission, and we started a Montessori house in that Anganwadi Kendra. We have also appointed a Montessori trained teacher there, and it was very happy and exciting to see those children spending at least half of their day very constructively, very vibrantly, and showing very good response and participation to the teacher. We were very happy, and we felt only if we could expand it to more and more centers. But that was not possible with the limited self-funding budget that we had. Moreover, even if we try to expand it to more schools, getting teachers everywhere with such skills will be technically very difficult. Then that day I felt individual can never bring universal transformation. Only if system could be modified to cater to these requirements and ensure these young children will be given right inputs at right stages. Now, NEP 2020 is doing exactly the same thing. Now, as per the new RTE, the Anganwadi Kendras, which are providing early education, are going to change from Ministry of Women and Child Welfare Department into the Sarv Shiksha. And it has been clearly mentioned in the policy that the Anganwadi workers and teachers will be given training in these ECCE courses. Those teachers or workers who have 10+2 qualification will have a 6-month certificate program. And those teachers or workers who have lower qualification than that will have 1-year diploma program. It will be done through online and during holidays, so that the regular activities of these Anganwadi Kendras will not be disturbed, and eventually all the Anganwadi Kendras will be attached to the primary government schools. A fabulous thing, because of which many of young children from those regions will be benefited if implemented properly. Now let us move on to what differences does this make in the private sector? Means for those parents who can afford their child's education by paying money. We know very well that parents have been either joining their children into some special play schools, preschools, which we call them, and we have a huge chain of preschools in the country, which are either Indian originated or having franchises from World Education. We either join them there, or we look for a school which conducts programs from nursery onwards and admits students from 2.5 years onwards. Now I'll give you a practical experience. We had close association with a school in Bangalore city, and one of my friends one day called up and told, Kiran, I know you have good influence in that school. I request you, I beg you, can you please get me a nursery application from there, and can you ensure recommending the principal that I would get a nursery seat? Because I know that school very closely, I knew very well the nursery there is no good. I knew very well that it had merely some play items and underqualified teachers, and I asked to take care of the children, and children played for a while and then slept for a while and sent home. So I told that parent, why are you so worried about joining there? There is a good play school which gives education as per Canadian methods. Why don't you join the child? Then the parent started explaining me, Kiran, it's all a problem. Number one, the play school collects admission fee and teaches my child up to 6 years. Then after 6 years, I'll have to join her in the same school where I'll have to pay the admission fee again. Number two, I don't know whether I'll be able to get admission into the first class in this school. If my child is studying there from nursery, it will be easy for her to get promoted into the first class. So a lot of havoc and a lot of money issues will be resolved. So please get me seat in that. Let it be a mediocre nursery, Matesh. Now you see, these are the practical problems the parents trying to get the private education at early stages for the children are facing. If the education is good, money is too much. If the money is not good, money is not too much, education is very ordinary. Now, this problem will be resolved according to National Education Policy 2020 because the government is about to establish NCPF ECC, that is National Curricular and Pedagogical Framework for Early Childhood Care and Education. It will be designed by NCERT. And look at the beauty part of it. 2 levels of curriculum will be created, one for 0 to 3 years, the other for 3 to 6 years. Who would teach the children the curriculum 0 to 3 years? You, the parents. Parents will be provided with those learning activities, modules on those learning activities which are required to be taken care of children from 0 to 3 years. Isn't it fantastic? At the same time, because we have a guiding curriculum and we have a compulsory education from 3 to 6 years, which we are calling it as play school, LKG, UKG as of now, will be governed by a guided curriculum. So whether it is a lower grade school collecting simpler fee or it is a higher grade school collecting a very high fee, if they have nursery in their school, all of them have to follow this curriculum, because of which all your children will be guided equally efficiently. We don't have any confusion with whether to follow Canadian system or American system or Italian system, etc., etc., etc. We are going to have an Indian system for early childhood education. And another big advantage of it is when all these children join the first standard, automatically there will be a homogeneity in their learning standards and reciprocation standards, so that few children would not feel foreign among the others. Okay? Then comes the most important aspect of it, that is attaching first and second standard into this early childhood care and education. I know very well, in all our private schools, there are 6 subjects from first standard onwards. For each subject, one textbook, one classwork notes, one homework notes. Heavy bags our children are carrying despite a lot of reformative instructions given to the schools recently by educationists as well as government. Now what happens? Because first and second standards are attached to this early childhood education, all the 5 years will be multi-level play and activity based learning, and children will not be carrying any textbooks until they finish their second standard. Every parent, every institution, every teacher was putting huge burden on those little shoulders, which will be hugely relieved after the implementation of this ECC. Hope every one of you got some important information from this video. Please look forward for the further videos. Our next part video will be on school education. This is Kiran Sidde signing off. Thank you very much.